Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We have a bit of a treat for you today. This is a multi-perspective video. We've got a T78 here, which is a Tier 6 American premium turreted tank destroyer. It's under the command of Luxcassis, and alongside him is his father, K3nto, also in a T78. And the game started. And further down the field, we can see MuffinTime1, and he's in the M44. And what we're going to do is going to watch this battle from 3 different perspectives. And first up is Luxcassis. Well, T78, it was a hybrid. It was actually the turret of a Hellcat, the M36, and the body or the hull of a Chaffee tank, the M24. And it was an idea to actually create more tank destroyers with 19mm guns that could then be used by the American forces. Oh, it looks like he stopped to take a shot. Yeah, there's that leopard that was sitting there on the opposite side of the lake. Well, the 90mm gun will actually do 240 alpha. It's got penetration of 160mm of armor, and with a premium round it goes up to 221. So it's got decent penetration. It's also got an HE round that will do 320 alpha and go through 45mm of armor. Now this is a Tier 7 game, so he might have difficulty penetrating some of the Tier 7 tanks with the HE rounds, but he'll have absolutely no problem at all getting through their armour with the 90mm round on the standard AP, because that has got decent penetration. Okay, so far no enemy in sight, and normally somebody does try to get round the back to shoot at our guys from the rear. Either that or they make their way to the cap. I'll put up the names so that you can actually see the names and who's actually scoring what. Still no sign of the enemy, and they would have seen him as he moved between one bush to the other, so he's decided to move ahead. Now it's not quite as fast as the Hellcat, the T78, but it is a very decent turn of speed. Plus, of course, the best thing about it is it's a premium, and that means that you do earn extra XP. And oh, somebody saw him just as he went round there, and it's a T34, and he fires one shot at him, gets a pen. It was a high roll, takes him round from the T34, but wipes him out with the next shot. And he's trying to sell a dummy, I think, there to the enemy Arty that I've gone on around there. Let's see where that round went in. Looks like it went in through the turret. Oh, somebody fired at him. The water just flew up behind him, so yeah, I think one of the enemy Arty probably had a shot. It looks like the shell actually went through the mantlet. I can see a red mark on the mantlet. Okay, he's going forward. He hasn't been spotted by anybody else. Oh! Just bounced around from a Hellcat. Fires one back. It's a low roll, but it's still a big hit. And the Hellcat's continuing to fire at him, but didn't get that one in very accurately. But Luxcassis' shot is very accurate. A low roll again, but one more hit, and that will be the end of the Hellcat's game. And he gets it, and he bounces another round from that Hellcat. And I can't see where the shell went, but I can see where the T34 pen in. Yep, right through the mantlet. Okay, well, he's got help from a leopard off to his left, to his right, sorry, and a Wolverine behind him. So this is looking good. 2 kills already. Ah, a Jackson. Okay, no, he can't kill him with one shot, but if one of the others does any damage to that Jackson... Oh, now he can kill him. He waited until he was a one shot, then took him out. Going for the M41. One shot's him. So that's 4 kills now. It might even be a Reaper badge actually there, because he killed each of them with single consecutive shots. Now let's see if he can find any more Arty in these woods. No, it doesn't appear any on this side. Might be the other side of the inlet. And he's found another one. It's an M44. If he gets this, it's a Pascucci's. The M44 doesn't appear to be reacting, even though he was hit, and the reason was he was just about to fire, and therefore he wanted to get his shot off before he responded, but unfortunately that means he's now out the game. And Luxcassis is moving up, and there must be another Arty because there's another GW Panther on the enemy team. So I think he's going to hunt that one down, see if he can get a Dumitru's. The enemy are now losing by 2 tanks. But if he can get the GW, that will be 3. Hasn't been seen by anyone yet. Oh, P43 goes for a shot. Well, that should have hit, but it didn't. Oh, but MuffinTime1 got him. And he's moving up, he's loaded again, and he's found 2 tanks at the same time. Found the 25 TP off to his right, fires around, but it was actually K3nto got the kill, and now he's got spotted the GW Panther, who's turned to face him. He fires 1 round, but it doesn't hit the target, because I think the ridgeline took a round from a KV-85. Fires 1 into the GW, gets a hit, low roll. This is for the kill, and the Dumitru's, and he gets it. And now it's got a top gun as well. There's only 2 enemies remaining, a KV-85 and an IS-2. Okay, he's moving up again. The question is, where are they? They were last seen on top of the hill. So they might be some distance away, but they may be closer. We never know. He's just staying here for the moment. And there's the IS-2. He is coming back. And he takes 1 round. It's a low roll. He's been spotted. And, oh, wiped out by the KV-85. And here's the battle from K3nto's perspective. You can see he's still in T78, and there goes Luxcassis off to do his route around the lake. K3nto's also armed with the 90mm gun, and basically it's a Hellcat turret on top of an M44 chappy. Okay, he's looking across the lake. There's a 25 TP over there. Oh, he spots a Jackson. Does in. Nice hit. High roll. 276. As you mentioned in the previous video, well, the previous part, it's actually 240 alpha with 160 penetration. Now the reload time is 7 seconds, so it's quite long. Now as you can see, K3nto's carrying some premium rounds as well, because they do have extra penetration. And sees the Leopard. Oh, just fired that. Shell went right in front of the Leopard. Right in front of him. He stopped the other side of the ridgeline, but as we saw, that Leopard in... that was the one that Luxcassis fired at from some distance away. Up on top of the hill, there's a lot of enemy tanks. He fires around at a Peter. And he's been spotted, so he needs to pull back quick. In fact, it looks like somebody fired at him because the ground was kicked up nearby. Still no targets really that he can shoot at. T3485. Oh, he's got an outline. And he gets a hit. Low roll again, 217. There's an ELC AMX over there as well. There's that Peter again. Looking around for more targets to shoot at. Luxcassis has just killed a T34. Nope, no sign anyone up there. Ah, that's better. See the P43 turn. Does get a hit. 230, which is a low roll, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's 240 alpha, isn't it? Yes. Tries another shot, but that one sails over the top of the tank, who pulled backwards as quickly as he could. Across the water, we've got that 25 TP. He's dialing in, fires. It looks like it went over the top. There's that Hellcat that Luxcassis found, hiding behind the rock. Not a lot we can do, but there he goes. Just waiting for something to shoot at. Now this looks better because the enemy have actually tried and push on the hill, and we can see that IS-2's come right over the edge of the hill there on the edge, and he's been tracked. He's been tracked by K3nto. Can he get another shot in? Yes, he does. It looks like that one through the side of the vehicle. Low roll 224. Can he get another one in? Yep, 249, a high roll this time. He's fixed his tracks and pulled back. KV-85 came into sight. KV-85, T34-85 came into sight. Can he get a shot on him? Oh, that was close. For a brief moment, it looked like he could shoot him. And this time round, he can. And he gets a high roll for 260 into the engine bay. Now, there's that T34-85 making his way down. He fires a blind shot into that corner just in case the guy is going to charge down our side of the hill, but we lose sight of him. At this moment, we can see Luxcassis has got 5 kills now. He's already killed 2 Arty, and it looks like it's got the enemy worried because they are now trying to return to their own side of the map. We're looking for those enemy tanks that should be charging down our side of the map, but the only one we can see is VK3601H. And that was MuffinTime got that kill. And a P43 Terrace in sight. Oh, that one went right behind him. And MuffinTime scores that kill as well. Okay, now next target, 25 TP. Fire snap, gets the turret, takes him out. So that's first kill for K3nto. We've got a T34-85 making his way over here rather rapidly, and we bounced around off him, but he has seen us. He's trying to come towards us. Turns. Oh, one through the side of the turret, and it kills him. Now, I think what K3nto's doing is he's responding to the sight of that IS-2 and KV-85. The icons on the minimap show that they're coming down this side of the hill. And so I think he's trying to head them off before they come down. He's headed towards the rock. Of course, Luxcassis has just killed the GW Panther on the enemy team. Oh, and he's found the IS-2. Yep, the IS-2 and the KV-85 are over the other side of the map, and K3nto suddenly realised that. And they've just killed Luxcassis. So he's racing over there now as quickly as he can. It's not quite as fast as the Hellcat, but it's certainly a very capable TD. It's got that traditional hexagonal plate on the gearbox. Or it's actually on the transmission, not the gearbox. Because it's a rear engine but front wheel drive. Or front sprocket. Okay, now just park in the woods. See if we can find anyone. He's having a quick look. No one in sight so far. Moving up. They must be in these woods. They can't have moved anywhere else. Unless, of course, they're going to try and get the reset on the cap. Our M41's moved over towards the cap. Started capping. No need to do that, but he is doing it all the same. And the KV-85's come into sight. And he is trying to get the reset. And K3nto resets him back to the garage. Okay, so just the IS-2 now to kill to win the game. And they've got 11 kills between them in the platoon. 3 from K3nto, 2 from Muffin, and there he is, there's the IS-2, and he gets the win! And that not only earns him a fighter badge, it earns him a crucial contribution as well. And I've started this early because I wanted to actually apologise to K3nto, Luxcassis and MuffinTime1 for the delay in doing these replays. They were submitted to me in September last year and I've only just got around to getting them done. And the reason for that is really that they do take slightly longer to do these videos than it does standard ordinary videos, because they're 3 times longer and I have to do a fair bit of editing as well. Okay, well, battle started. And MuffinTime1 is backing into the trees. The M44 is a 155mm howitzer mounted on top of a Walker Bulldog hull, the M41 hull, and it's got a swivel bracket, which means you've got a very wide arc of fire. And MuffinTime1's gone to the aim and he's looking for targets. And the first targets that come into view, well, there's that Jackson taking fire from K3nto. He fires at the Leopard. And unfortunately that shell goes slightly to one side. He didn't fully dial it in before he shot. Now I've noticed that MuffinTime doesn't tend to dial in fully. He does need to practice this, because if you dial in fully on the target, you've got a much better chance of hitting it accurately. And he aimed there at where the AMX ELC was rather than where it is, because it was actually on the move. He aimed at its previous position, going for the Leopard. We can see it there. It's lost sight of it, but he still fires around in that direction. And that landed very near the spot that he was last seen. Okay, he's just changed position slightly. Okay, got 3 targets to aim at. The VK3601, he's aiming for the KV85, but again, he didn't fully dial in. And he aimed behind the KV85 instead of directly at where it was headed. It looked like it was going to back up, but I think it was more than likely going to go forward. Still going for the Leopard, needs to adjust his aim. Okay, work out where it's going. Fires the round in. Leopard pulls back and the shell actually just knocks the tree down instead, unfortunately. Okay, he's backed up just a little. There's the Leopard again. Oh, Leopard's just been killed by RT1 Heavy. Okay, up on top of the hill. Let it dial in. Oh, no, he didn't do that. And the shell just goes nowhere near the target. You've got to let it dial in. Be patient. It's only about 3 to 5 seconds, but the shells are so much more accurate. And down in the south, we can see Luxcassis has just killed that T34. Now, there's plenty of targets up on the hill. And he's actually at this moment following Luxcassis, trying to assist him. I see that water spout came up behind Luxcassis, so it looks like one of the Arty tried to attack him but failed to do so. He's looking for any target that Luxcassis is going to spot. Found a 25 TP. In fact, that was spotted by K3nto, I think. Fires around at the Hellcat, wasn't fully dialed in, but the shell hits the rock face and stuns the Hellcat. And looks like Luxcassis got that first shot in. And then he gets the kill. So we're looking around for a target. There's loads of them up on the hill, but at this moment, MuffinTime1's not looking at there. There's another thing I would also recommend with Arty is expedite what you can see as quickly as you can. So if you can actually see the enemy and you know where they are and there's plenty of them, hit them. And keep the shells pumping out of the vehicles. Let it dial in on the target before you shoot as well, because it makes a huge difference on the amount of hit points that you generate. There's that IS-2 and K3nto's hitting him. Oh, nice hit there on the IS-2 for 132 hit points. And he takes some fire from one of our teammates. Going for the KV85. Just waiting for the reload to complete. Rounds out. This looks perfectly aimed, but the shell falls short. Okay, we've got 3 tanks together now. An IS-2, VK3601H and a T3485 is making a dash down the hill. We fire around at where we think he is. It did look like that's where he was, but we've lost sight of him. And in fact, all we can see is a Peter running down the other side of the hill. We can't see any other enemy. Well, Luxcassis has just killed his 5th enemy. That's the M44. And he's found a VK3601H going for that. Oh, lovely shot right into his ass and takes him out of the game. That's a good first kill there for MuffinTime1. He was almost fully dialed in and that round went straight true to the target and wiped him out. Okay, Pete 43 making a run for it and dies in the process. MuffinTime has his 2nd kill. So that's 7 kills to the platoon so far. And Luxcassis has just found the GW and K3nto just killed that 25 TP. Fires around at the GW. Just misses. Fair distance though. And well, K3nto's just killed a T3485. And Luxcassis is aiming at that GW. He gets the kill on that one, but the shell goes in anyway, just in case. And we're now looking for that IS-2 and the KV-85, last 2 members of the enemy team. And he's looking where they were last shown on the minimap. K3nto's coming up this side of the hill to see if he can spot them. The M41 saying go to the cap, and in fact actually he's going to the cap himself now. And we've spotted the IS-2 and the KV-85 and they're coming down to kill Luxcassis, and I'm afraid they succeed, but that round just stuns the KV-85. And he's lost sight of the KV-85 and now he's lost sight of the IS-2. But he'll be loaded momentarily. Okay, he's holding fire. He's going to wait until he sees some targets that he can shoot at. K3nto's racing across the field as fast as he can. So it looks like MuffinTime1's going to be providing support. The platoon now has 10 kills between them. If they can get the last 2 kills, it's a crucial contribution. That was the M12, I think, firing there. A speculative shot. K3nto's got to the bushes. He's got to that copse. He's looking for one of the targets. KV-85's been spotted in the open. He's making his move. MuffinTime fires ahead of him, and that shell, oh, it would have hit the target. He was killed directly afterwards though, and he's reloading. We can now see K3nto moving up into the field of fire. We're loaded, ready to go. There's the IS-2. Rounds out. Oh, and K3nto gets the kill. But MuffinTime shot would have actually hit the target and possibly wiped him out, even if K3nto hadn't have killed him. And that is the end of the game. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And we can see it was an ace tanker for Luxcassis in the T78. And it's the first time he's had an ace tanker in this vehicle. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got an epic medal. He got the Dumitrus for killing 3 enemy Arty. A crucial contribution for being in a platoon that killed 12 enemy tanks between them. That's 4/5 of the enemy team. And that means they carried their own team basically in that game. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He got 6 exactly. And his win rate from that battle was 6,342, which is Super Unicum standard, and a very good game there by Luxcassis. Let's have a look at the scores for, well, this is MuffinTime's score, and we can see that he only got a bruiser medal out of the game. He actually got 10 critical hits in the game, but he did get the crucial contribution for being part of the platoon, and his win rate from that game was 1,232. And if we have a look at K3nto's scores, we can see, yes, he was also an ace tanker in that game. For first time ace tanker in the T78. He got a Reaper badge for taking out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots. He also got a Fire for Effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. A Fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. And a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and he got 5 exactly. But he also picked up that crucial contribution medal for being in a platoon that killed 12 enemy tanks together. That is a fantastic achievement. Win 8 for the game was 4,284. So let's have a look at the team scores, and we'll start with Luxcassis. We can see he's at the top of the table with 2,220 hit points of damage in that game. The next highest scorer was K3nto with 2,011, and after that it was the P43 on the enemy team with 1,635. But we can also see that MuffinTime managed to get 697 hit points of damage on the enemy. And when we look at number of kills, we can see that it's Luxcassis with tops with 6 kills. 4 kills go to K3nto, 3 kills to the GW Panther on the enemy team, and 2 kills to MuffinTime, and they were the only players who managed to get more than 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, it's Luxcassis again. He's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,185 base experience points for him, 1,036 for K3nto. And we can see MuffinTime managed to get 465, a little further down the column, but higher than anyone on the enemy team. So if we look at the detail report for Luxcassis first, we can see that he managed to fire 16 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 12 penetrations, damage of 2,220 hit points, of which 230 were at more than 300 meters. So the majority of his shots were at close range. He received 6 hits from the enemy. 4 of them were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and block damage of 480 hit points in total. He spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 291 hit points of spotting assist. On a free-to-play account, he earned 41,931 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 34,890 credits. He received 5 bonds for the game, and 1,185 base XP, times 2 for the first victory, 237 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,607 experience points altogether. Right, now if we have a look at MuffinTime and we go to his detail reports, 17 shots fired, 3 direct hits, no penetrations but 10 splash. Damage of 697 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 6 stuns but didn't get any stun assist, I'm afraid. 13,286 credits earned, and after ammunition resupply took away 4,701 credits. He received 465 base XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 930 experience points altogether. And lastly, let's have a look at K3nto's detail report. He fired 21 rounds in that game, got 14 direct hits and 11 penetrations, damage of 2,011 hit points, of which 1,898 were at more than 300 meters, so the vast majority of K3nto's shots were very long range. He hit 7 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did 993 hit points of spotting assist in that game. On a premium account, he earned 54,858 credits for the game, and after ammunition resupply, took away 49,398 credits. Didn't suffer any damage whatsoever during the game, much like MuffinTime1. He received 1,554 XP, got 6,216 for completing the mission and events, and 466 for playing in the platoon. So his grand total was 8,236 experience points altogether. So a fantastic game there by all 3 of them, and I do apologise for this replay not having been done sooner, but as I did say, it does take a little while longer to actually get these replays done when there's more than one replay in the same game, and I have to edit them together. But this was one hell of a battle by the platoon, and of course it's interesting that it's father and sons playing together on the battlefield, and they were so effective. They literally carried the team, and congratulations to them. 2 first aces in one game and a crucial contribution. Well, what more could you ask for? Well, it was a very good battle indeed. So congratulations to everyone, and if you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.